This hangout is live on air, I think. Hey, this is Johnny Bean, and I'm sitting here today, Super Bowl Sunday, February 7th. I'm here with Rob Johnson and David Nesdall, and they want to talk about their Kramer 1984 replica guitars. So I'll be right back. I'm going to share the links so people can jump in and watch us. But hey, why don't you guys, Rob, tell us about your guitar.
Hey, Johnny, what's happening? Dave, what's going on, my friend?
Yo,
Good.
what's happening?
Good.
Hey, happy Sunday, and yeah, just hanging out here with these guys and talking about our 84 Kramers. In my opinion, this is a guitar that really doesn't seem to get as much publicity maybe as the 5150 or the Frankenstrat, but there's actually a lot of history behind this guitar, not this one, but Ed's, in my opinion, anyways. I've always been a huge fan of this guitar. It's not my favorite Ed guitar. I mean, my 5150 is, or Ed's probably is my favorite, but I always kind of thought this one was kind of cool because correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, it was built at the same time as the 5150 and the Hot for Teacher, correct?
Yeah, the Hot for Teacher was last in line.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like early '82 where the bodies and necks were made, and then they were painted and put together by probably Eddie and Rudy.
Yeah, that's cool. I've actually done probably in the last 18 years or so, I've probably built 4 or 5 of these for myself. This is the latest one. This particular guitar is probably not as exact as some of the other ones that I've owned because this one is actually a Kramer 1984 guitar is what it is. I had it. It was one of the had the bullseye graphic on it, and I sanded it all down and everything. And I just figured it was. It just said, you know, the neck plate says Kramer 1984. So I literally said, what the hell? I'll do another one. And I had gotten rid of the last one that I had, which I got from a friend of mine, Jerry. That was just phenomenal. It was an amazing guitar. So I figured I'd do this one. So this one basically is one of the only guitars that I have that's not technically, you know, custom built per se. It's just a paint job and with some additional, you know, details. So it's a Kramer 1984, which means it's kind of close, but not exact, but it actually fit the bill. So I did the paint job myself. I don't know if you guys can see it. I kind of got some of the overspray and, you know, I was able to get some of that, but it came out pretty decent. Doesn't have a big brass block in it, but I chose to go with the 5150 Tour era version of this. And Dave's probably going to have a little bit more information than myself. However, it's to my understanding that when Ed put this together, he first started playing it in the 1984 tour, and it had the neck that you guys have on yours with the 2 stars and the backwards black stripe with chrome hardware, not black like this one. And he played that during the 84 tour as a backup guitar. And he actually even had the eyelet on the horn back in the 84 tour versus behind like he did in the 5150 tour. And then for some reason for the 5150, he removed that neck, and I believe that neck is the one that was put on the Hard Rock Cafe donated the guitar that Ed and Val donated the Hard Rock Cafe in '85. And it's kind of funny because Ed states that was his backup guitar. It wasn't. It was just a replica but he probably pulled it off by saying it was a backup because it actually had a neck on it that he played the tour prior. So I always thought that was kind of cool that guitar had that neck on it. But in the 5150 tour, he put a black Floyd on it and a similar neck headstock stripe pattern as the 5150 with no star, although he did still have the 2 stars in the, I don't know if you can see it in the horn right there. You know, with a black nut and everything, and basically the same guitar, just black hardware with a different neck. Still had chrome Schaller tuners on it, which is what mine has. And I think he played that guitar then, and I think that guitar also was on the OU812 tour, but I don't think he ever played it. Correct, Dave?
That's correct.
Yeah, because I actually have some video of Zeke Clark, Ed's guitar tech, actually taking that guitar out and showing it backstage.
Yes.
Yeah.
And at that time, by that time, the low A bass string that was on it from 5150 when he played Good Enough,
Yep.
that had come off, and it was just a regular E string
Yep.
to use as a regular backup by that time.
Yeah, that's actually, I'm glad you brought that up because I would have forgot. The last guitars I've actually had the 84 version of them like yours. And I actually had an A bass string on it to play, for Good Enough. I kind of did a hodgepodge replica, the last one I did, where it actually had the black hardware with the 84 version neck, which never was accurate, but I kind of liked both eras of it, so I kind of combined them. I may do that to this one again because I kind of like that neck. I think when you show yours in a few minutes, something about that neck I always liked. But it's pretty basic. I threw a speed knob on mine to kind of simulate the 1984 tour. The 1986 5150 tour. I got the space tape, the 84 on it, and everything with black outline. Came out pretty cool. I mean, it actually plays really nice. I actually like the neck. On the back, we all know that up until this particular magazine came out, Guitar Man, the Japanese magazine, nobody really knew, or maybe somebody did, but I certainly didn't know what the back of the 84 guitar looked like. So I had already done replicas and everything, and then I remember when that magazine came in the mail, I saw the picture, I'm like, oh my God. The first picture of the back of the 84 Kramer, and mine is all messed up. So I stripped my guitar all down and redid it, and basically was able to kind of get it close to what Ed's was. And I noticed it had a Z. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh, I guess I had it right the first time. Z 1984. There we go. I'll get it right one of these days.
The other way.
Yeah. And so I actually put that in there with a Sharpie marker, and probably means Zeke Clark, right, Dave?
That's what I thought as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I think the Z is for Zeke.
Yeah. So basically, that's how mine is, and actually plays really nice. It's a decent guitar. It's one of my main guitars. But like I said, I might be taking the neck off and redoing the neck again because I really missed that two-starred backwards black stripe headstock from '84. But yeah, so that's basically mine. Nothing too fancy, but it is a decent guitar, and it's like I said, the status that it's in now is pretty much 5150 era. I always thought it was funny because there's an interview that Ed did back in '04 with Dwyer and Michaels, those guys from Iowa. It was done on the radio. They would just call Ed up. They did like 4 or 5 different versions of it. And when Eddie gave this guitar to Wolfgang for Christmas, I think back 10 years ago, 11 years ago, whatever it was, he made a comment, and I actually have it on my phone because I have all that captured. And he said, the picks from the 1984 tour and the same strings from the '84 tour are still on that guitar. And I always thought it was funny how he said that because I don't think he remembers that he also played that guitar in the '86 5150 tour.
Mm-hmm.
So I always like, how are the same strings on it unless he never restringed the thing from '84?
Yeah, no, that's he's just had a hard time remembering.
It's a lot of tours and a lot of shows, so I guess only us VH nuts are the ones that pick up on that stuff. But yeah,
I do have a question for you about your guitar.
Sure.
What paint did you use for it? What color red is that?
Okay, this one is not the sunset orange that I used on my 5150. This particular paint is kind of like a banner red Krylon spray paint. And it's definitely a little bit darker than what my 5150 is. I mean, it absolutely is. I think if I was ever to repaint this again, I'd probably use the the sunset orange. I just spend $60, $70 on a can of that stuff and do it. So it's probably not the exact same stuff that Ed used. I mean, it looks okay, but it's definitely a little bit darker than my 5150.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's basically it for this one. I mean, it's like I said, it's a decent guitar. I mean, it plays nice. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
What did you say? What kind of pickup you have in there?
Yeah, this is basically whatever they used in Kramer for the Kramer. It's not one of the Music Yo ones. It's one of the Gibson Kramers. I think what is it, like an 84T or something like that, Dave? Is that what they
Yeah,
have?
it's probably yep.
So I mean, it's
480T.
480T. Oh wait a minute, I'm sorry. I take that back. When I did this guitar, I changed out the Floyd to an original black Floyd Rose German. Like I said, to make it 5150 era, and the nut in the string retainer with the gold tuners. But I actually changed the pickup out. This is actually a Duncan 59.
Okay,
Now,
cool.
yep. Actually, I'm sorry. It's a Duncan custom.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I actually did change that out. I take that back.
Nice.
Yep. And that's it for this.
Awesome. Well, I guess I'll talk about mine a little bit. Here's mine. This one is a Musicraft body and neck. It's a poplar body, and the neck. When it comes from Musicraft, the headstocks usually they don't have this contour where you see it's kind of rounded on the back. And all of Eddie's guitars are contoured. You know, it's very thin here, and it's contoured. So I made this contour. I did this contour up so it looks exactly like Ed's. It's very lightweight. This poplar is pretty lightweight. I also have the exact striping pattern on the back of the guitar.
Yep. We got a big block in it.
Yeah,
Nice.
I put the big block in it. I included this trem stop because not that it needed it. It doesn't need it. The bridge butts up right against the body, but the transfer of resonance is that much greater when you use that piece of hardware there, that the guitar resonates so much better with it than without it, that I just put it on.
What size block is that exactly?
This is a 37 millimeter block.
Okay, 37. Yep.
Yeah, and this one comes from Floyd Rose itself, not from Adam.
That's not one of Adam's? Okay.
Yeah. I have a deal with Floyd Rose. I'm like a friend of the family, kind of like an endorsee type guy. So I get all my Floyds for either nothing or very, very little money, and all the upgrades and stuff I get through them.
Yep.
But certain things you got to get from Adam, like a D-tuner you got to get from Adam.
Yep.
You got to, there's certain little things that he has that are really cool that you can only get from him, and he's a great guy. I like the guy. It's just, the people at Floyd Rose have been so nice to me that I shop with them mostly. This guitar has the Godot tuners. It also has the vintage prototype nut and string tree. It's all around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a trade secret here on the neck, the way I get the neck to look like Eddie's. I'm not going to tell you how I darken it, but I'm going to tell you how I get these spots.
Okay. Yeah. I'd like to know.
What you have to do, and this is what Eddie did, when his guitars were made, they had lacquer on the neck. They weren't. The backs had no lacquer, but the fretboards did.
Really?
And he did not like that. So what he would do is it started with his 5150 guitar. He took an X-Acto blade and started scraping off the lacquer of the fretboards. And it got to the point where he either got bored of doing it or he just missed spots. So as he played, the spots where the lacquer was off got dark, and the spots that are light, the lacquer is still on it. So that's how that happened.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
This pickup I'm not too crazy about. This is a Frankenstein pickup. It's just too hot for this guitar. I just haven't had the time to change it yet. I'm probably going to put a Duncan JB in it sooner or later.
How'd you nail the overspray so nice on that?
Just by keeping the can of spray paint, you put your newspaper up to it, and you keep the can of spray paint kind of far and just let it do its thing.
You kind of lift the tape a little bit.
Yeah.
Under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? This is the Sunset Orange Schwinn bicycle paint.
Mm-hmm.
The guitar itself is like Eddie's. It never really saw a lot of road use, so there is very, very, very minimal relicking done to it. I mean, there's a couple scratches here and there, but it's even to this day probably his is probably as new looking as this one is.
Yep.
This Floyd Rose is a German 1984 reissue tremolo with the brass fine tuners. I also upgraded it with stainless steel locking screws and titanium saddle blocks. I don't know if you can see that, but
sure, absolutely.
Yeah. So it does resonate a little better, and those blocks they never get dented. Like the black ones, every once in a while you do have to change them out because they'll either break or they get dented from the strings. These will never dent. On the back, I also put in the Z1984.
Yep.
This is an original Kramer plate. It's darker because it was black, and we had to kind of polish it to its chrome. Well, it's stainless steel, not chrome.
Yep. I like the screws got in there too.
Yeah. Under the guard are two more screws. I mean, under the neck plate are two more screws. So it is a 6-bolt neck. Most of Eddie's guitars, if you didn't see 6 bolts, two in the middle here in the bolt in the neck plate. Generally, the other 2 bolts would be right under the neck plate, countersunk into the wood. So all of his guitars are definitely 6 bolts, except these are underneath this plate.
I got you.
That's a little trick from Paul Unkert. He told me about that, and he was like, because I had asked him, I said, why are some of them 4 bolts and some of them are 6? He said they're all 6 bolts, just some of them are hidden. So, and that was a thing that Eddie wanted. He didn't necessarily want the extra holes in the neck plates. He wanted 6 bolts, no matter what.
Because he was jumping around so much, right?
Yeah, and this neck, you could drop it off a building and it's not going to move. I went with the MXR.
Half, that's all.
Yeah, it'll break in half, and
it'll snap in half, but it won't move.
Yeah, the headstock will break, but that's about it. I went with the jazz bass style MXR knob on here because I like it. It's not the original knob that Eddie had on his guitar. Chances are Eddie had a mini pot in his guitar in '84, so it had a small, maybe a Boss or a Digitech type knob on it, something very small. But I actually like the way this feels, so I went with this.
It was like some sort of rack mount.
Yeah, like a rack-mounted knob he had on his guitar, but that's because he had a mini pot in his. What I will say about how I darken these necks, the only thing I will say is it's very toxic, and you can't touch the neck for 24 hours or else the skin on your hands will fall off. So be careful when you darken your necks.
I think I have an idea. I'll talk to you about it later, Dave. I think I have an idea that I've got on that I've heard from a couple of buddies of mine that you also know. And
Yeah.
it's on the spectrum of what I will be doing to a couple of my necks as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I love
That's pretty much it on this guitar.
I love
Is there anything I didn't cover, or do you have any questions on that you'd like to
Well,
ask?
we can ask. If you're watching this, we're actually live right now, and you can just leave a comment.
I do have one more. I do have one more thing. I do want to change this Kramer decal because this one is not a water slide. My friend Jerry, who is also Rob's friend, gave me this decal, and it's kind of like a shiny sticker, which isn't correct, but that's all I had at the time, and it's the right size. So I put this on here for now, but I am in the middle of getting a new water slide decal for this guitar.
Okay, I was going to say, Dave, I actually got a couple on the way. You and I talked a couple of days ago. I actually have a couple of water slide decals coming because I'm going to be redoing my multicolored tape guitar.
Right.
And I'm also going to be redoing this neck to look like that one because I don't like the 5150 era neck on this guitar, so I'm going to do that one. Even though it's not going to be 100% accurate, it's going to be a combination. My guitar is going to end up staying with a black hardware for the Floyd anyways, from the 86 tour, because I like it on this guitar for some reason. I don't know what it is, what I prefer, but I like that neck. So yeah. I'm going to do kind of a combination of the 84, 86 era of this guitar, which I had one that was like that.
Right.
But anyways, I got some Kramer logos coming in, water slide, so I can just ship you one.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I appreciate that. I just want to give you one more little peek of what I meant by, you see how thin this piece of wood is here?
Yep, I do.
Going all the way up? What I did was, I don't know if you can see it because this isn't really 3D, but when this neck ships from Musicraft, it's flat like this is up here, all the way down.
Yep.
And in order to make it look like Eddie's, you got to round them off. Got to round the back edges of it off and make it really thin.
Why did he do that? What was the?
Well, it wasn't him. It was just Paul Unkert that did it. Because it's a three-piece net. It's a three-piece headstock.
Yep.
On the original ones. So he just made the contour as nice and as seamless looking as possible. And that's what he did. He just feathered it to look like these. And the only reason I know about this is because the Vitas Garolitis guitar that's at the Music Zoo in New York here, my friend Tommy Coletti, who owns that store, he owns that guitar, and I was able to play it several times. He lets me play it pretty much whenever I go there. And that's one of the things I noticed on that particular headstock is it was so thin, and I'm like, well, okay, that makes sense and you can actually see where the pieces of wood were connected, and where the plugs for the holes on the tuning pegs, they're like down here, they were plugged and and re-drilled, so you can see all that stuff on these necks.
I love how
on Eddie's necks you can see them.
That guitar you're talking about, the Vito guitar. Every time I see that, they're like, guitar played on tour, Diver Down tour. I'm like, Eddie ever played that guitar?
Well, he never played it. He never played it on. He didn't play it on any of the shows, but it was like a backstage guitar. Yeah. It was like a dressing room guitar. But that's it, and that's why he gave it to Vitas at the Madison Square Garden show, because it was just a backstage guitar. It was nearing the end of the tour, and it was a nice gift. And it's a very cool guitar. I got to tell you, I get goosebumps every time I play that guitar. I get goosebumps. But anyway,
I'm going to say, Dave, that guitar of yours, that 84 Kramer, is just absolutely amazing. I love how you guys nailed that. I mean, it's absolutely 1984 tour, 100%. And the funny thing about this guitar, this particular Eddie guitar, the 84 Kramer, and I just want to say one quick thing on that, and especially in relate to yours, because yours is probably just nails it more than mine, no doubt. But this is one guitar that a lot of people kind of lose sight of. Everybody thinks of the Frankenstrat and the 5150 and all these other Kramers. You know, the Hot for Teacher gets a little bit of notice, you know, and things like that. And, you know, guitars like your buddy, like Vito's guitar and stuff like that. But this is one guitar that a lot of people kind of miss in the whole history of the Ed Kramer days. And what I think people miss is this is one of the first guitars, one of the first original Eddie guitars that was really road worn. And this saw action in '84, it saw action in '86, and it even saw a little action in '88 in the OU 812 tour. And there's some guitarist magazines, some of the British magazines, where Eddie's actually holding this guitar on the cover. I have a guitarist magazine in 1988, '89, where Eddie's holding this guitar. So this guitar has been one of Eddie's main guitars for a long time. He didn't play it a lot. I mean, we all know he played it in '84 for certain songs, and he played it for Good Enough with the A bass string, you know, and stuff like that. And then it made it to OU 812, you know, during the tour just as a backup, although I don't think he played it live. But this is one guitar that's seen a lot of changes, you know, from bridges to different pieces of hardware. And now, as we all know, Wolfgang owns it.
Right.
So it's still stayed in the Eddie Van Halen household. But this is actually one of those few guitars that has some history, because a lot of people don't realize the original '84 neck, like I was saying earlier, like yours with a two-starred neck and the backwards black stripe, is the neck that he took off in '85 and threw on the guitar that him and Val donated to the Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah.
And people think that's the Hot for Teacher. That's not the Hot for Teacher. Separate Kramer body that Ed threw the original '84 neck on. And if that guitar is still in that Hard Rock Cafe,
it's actually right now it's in the Hard Rock in England, in London.
Yeah.
I actually played that guitar, I want to say in '94 or '95. I got a chance to play that guitar for just 1 minute.
And there's a Guitar World magazine from like 10, 11 years ago with, I don't know, some band, Weezer or something.
Weezer, yeah, I've seen that, where he's holding it on the front cover like this.
Yeah. And I saw it in the store. I'm like, holy shit, that's the freaking '84 neck.
Yeah.
What is this dude playing it for? You know?
Yeah. They used it in a video. They used that in one of their videos, and Eddie told them to cease and desist. They couldn't use that guitar in the video.
All these people, Dave, that don't even know what they're doing, they're getting to do all this stuff. I'm sitting there looking at the magazine going, let me play it. I'm the one that deserves to play it. I know all the history on this thing. No, I'm kidding. But
yeah,
that was really cool.
So one more thing. Well, I was going to say something. And two things that I want to say. First of all, the next build is going to be that guitar, the Hard Rock guitar with this neck on it. I'm going to do another one of these with that body, with that paint scheme. I'm working on getting a photo of the back of that guitar. I have no idea how I'm going to do it, but the only reason I've held off so far is because there's no known photos of the back of that guitar. So I'm working on getting a photo of the back of it, and then that'll be my next guitar. The other thing I want to say about the '84 guitar is that in the beginning of the 1984 tour, this guitar was Eddie's main guitar. The very, very beginning. This is the guitar that he came out with first, that he played on tour first. Somewhere in the beginning of the tour, and the 5150 was the backup. Somewhere he changed his mind, and this became the backup, and the 5150 became his main guitar until 1990.
Yeah.
But this guitar started as the main guitar on that tour.
It's really important you said that, because I've heard that as well before, and that's certainly something that a lot of people don't know. Those first few folks that saw the first few shows of the '84 tour saw something that a lot of people didn't, you know.
Yep. And the Lost Weekend, the Lost Weekend winner,
Yep.
When they did the cake and brought the guy on the stage, this is the guitar Eddie was using, and then they went into Ain't Talking About Love,
Yep.
and the guitar was out of tune.
I know.
So funny.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Johnny, tell us about yours.
Go ahead, Johnny.
This is my Kramer air guitar.
Hey, those blow-up inflatables.
You know, I'm tapping on it right now. I have a feeling though about the 84 guitar. I don't know. I have a feeling that was maybe a guitar that he switched to at the end of the show, because you see a lot of photos of him playing that guitar, and you look at him when he's playing it, and he looks like he's worn out. And there is that footage of him playing the guitar. You know, I'm thinking like, what during the set list of that tour, you know, at what point did he switch to that? You know, if he did start with it like you're saying at the beginning of the tour, and then maybe switched to it later on and played it, it's possible. You know, he played that guitar for Ain't Talking About Love or You Really Got Me. He switched to it maybe. Maybe after his guitar solo, maybe he came out for the encore. Maybe his 5150 was so beat up, he'd come out for the encore with that guitar. You know, that's another thing I was wondering. So if anybody knows, tell me. Give me a call right now.
1-800-555.
Yeah. No, I can get my phone number out on here. Let me see if anybody will call. Don't give them my real number. What's my other number? Who's watching this? Oh, there's some people watching this. Yeah. If you're watching this, if you want to call in right now, say hi, whatever, call 415-952-3263. If you want to talk to Rob Johnson or Dave Nesdall or me, 415-952-3263. You can call that number right now, and I will answer. But yeah, I'll show you guys my guitar. But yeah, anyway, that's something I was thinking though. Like maybe that ended up being like an encore guitar at one point.
Mm-hmm. I know he used, like Dave said, he used it during that Van Halen Lost Weekend when that guy, that kid Kurt, who won the Lost Weekend, you know, Eddie was playing it during Ain't Talking About Love. And I have some pictures from '84 where Ed played that guitar as well. But there's definitely, I mean, I don't know. Could be. Actually, I got something I'm going to show you guys real quick. Go ahead. Keep talking, Johnny.
Somebody knows. You know, hey, Rudy, if you're watching this, call that number I just put out and let us know. Yeah. Anyway, I'll show you mine. Hang on one sec. Let me grab my guitar.
While you're doing that, I'm just going to show you guys a couple of pictures that I've acquired over the years of Ed actually playing, and these are available to anybody who wants them, so they're nothing that anybody shouldn't be seeing. But of Ed playing the '84 Kramer during the 5150 tour. Here's a really cool one that a lot of people haven't seen.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah.
1984. That's that one. There's another one. I always like this one a lot.
That's got to be from the same show. It's a great photo.
Yeah, a real good photo. Here's one of them playing a Kramer, a backup 5150 with a pointed headstock.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of neat to see that. You know, you don't see that very often. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a guitar that. Here's one of them playing the Steinberger Transtrem GL2T before he painted the faceplate. But yeah, it's really a cool guitar, and like I said, it's definitely a guitar that really gets, in my opinion, gets missed a lot in the history of Van Halen. I mean, people don't realize, like what you said either, Dave, you know, and that it was initially his main guitar.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people miss that. A lot of people don't even know. There are a lot of people that actually think this is the 5150 guitar.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it's
I
and
actually,
there are definite similarities, but there are definite, you know, they're definitely two different guitars.
you know, one of the reasons we all love the 5150 so much is, I mean, and I love this guitar too. I love the paint job, everything about it I like. There's something about the striping pattern in this area right here, the 5150, where everything comes together. You
Yeah,
know, you call it a spider web or whatever.
yeah, it looks like a spider web.
Yeah, it's this guitar is great. Hot for Teacher's great. Frankenstrat's great. They're all great. That 5150 has that magic striping pattern that no other guitar can nail. It
Yeah.
just something about it that's magical.
It's and that's funny that you mentioned that, but that's where everyone's eyes focus on is that spot right in here.
Right in here. Yep.
Yep.
Everything just comes together perfectly, you know.
Yeah, it's like a big star is what it is. It's like, you know, a multifaceted star.
I remember in 1984, I was a Van Halen fan, but I wasn't playing guitar. I was only like, 13 years old, 12, 13, whatever. But I remember seeing Kerrang magazines or, Guitar World magazines, whatever. Seeing that guitar and it's like, damn, that guitar is just awesome. And then Live Without a Net came out, in '86 or whatever. And just seeing that guitar just looked like the most like a candy cane on steroids, It was just like something about it. It was just amazing. That guitar for me it's just defined my whole childhood, that 5150. And then getting the opportunity to see it 8 feet away during '04. Of course, it looked like crap with a Strat, Charvel neck and everything on it. But just seeing that guitar firsthand, I was just like, wow,
Well, what did it for me was marrying a Strat body with an Explorer headstock.
Yeah, I know.
That was what did it for me. When I first saw this guitar on that Panama video, I was like blown away because you're used to seeing this style body with a Fender style headstock, and then you see this and it's like, oh my God, is that a Gibson? What is that? What is that guitar? Who knew back then?
I won tickets to the '04 tour in Worcester, Massachusetts. 2 tickets. So I took my buddy Ken with me. Ken, if you're watching, dude, I'm going to give you props on this, bud, because you took these pictures. We were 8 feet away in the Golden Ring, and Ed came out during the Jump video, or in the Jump song, right at the beginning when they opened up with Jump, knelt down, reached down, he grabbed my hand. I got to shake his hand. And it's my dog barking. And as soon as he got up, he walked over, and my buddy Ken took this picture. He actually took this picture.
Oh, this very cool.
Made it into Young Guitar and everything. And I've seen this picture in magazines. It's kind of funny because my buddy took that picture along with a whole bunch of others. And I remember looking at him going, dude, that's the freaking 5150. I just couldn't believe it. I'm looking at this guitar that like summarized my childhood.
Yeah.
It's okay, bud.
Hey, Johnny, go ahead.
Awesome.
Go ahead and talk about your guitar. Let's hear about your guitar.
I think you might have to talk about my guitar. I don't know anything about it. But this is the one that I have, and it's basically similar to you guys, I guess. But mine, the back is not correct at all.
That damn Japanese guitar magazine that came out ruined everything for us.
Sorry about that, Johnny.
But anyway, yeah. So I don't know anything about this thing really. I mean, David was nice enough to give this to me. I mean, he gave it to me in parts. He just sent me the body and the neck, and I put it together. And I've been using it.
Really good.
I've been using it for videos, for lessons, whatever, and it's great. I take it with me to Guitar Center, and people freak out. You know, I was sitting there playing at one time at Guitar Center, trying this amp out, and this guy walks in and he's like, "Whoa!" He's like, "That even has a 1984 on it." Like he knew what it was, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I let him play it. I let another guy play it. Yeah. So I don't know. I really don't know anything about it. I don't know what it's made of. All I know is that the pickup is a Seymour Duncan because I stuck it in there. Although I don't even know what kind of Seymour Duncan it is. I just know it's a Duncan.
Well, I can tell you a little bit about that guitar. That body is a basswood body, and the neck, I'm not sure where the neck came from or who made it. That guitar was made for me in 2008 by my buddy Dion, who works at Gibson Guitars. Good friend of mine, and that was a great. He gifted it to me, you know, and it was a very special guitar. And it was before that photo of the back of the guitar, where everyone would know, you know, what the back of the original one looks like. It's also not the exact paint, but you know, it's professionally painted. It's got a kind of a clear coat on it. I
like the color.
Yeah, that paint's not coming off. It's a good color. It's more like the color of the Hot for Teacher guitar, which it's a darker red. But that was given to me before we knew what Sunset Orange was even. So, it just, you know, I got it. It came in the mail one day, and I was super surprised.
Sunset Orange. That one was done Sunset Orange too?
No, this was not done Sunset Orange. It was done at Gibson Custom Shop in a paint booth. It's done.
Sorry to interrupt, but I think a lot of people think that. What a lot of people don't realize, and Dave, you've mentioned this before too. When people buy Sunset Orange paint, yeah, I mean that's the best method, no doubt. It's better than Krylon, Banner Red, or whatever crap we've used years and years and years ago. But what people don't realize is every batch of paint is a little different. Mm-hmm. So if you're trying to get something that's going to look like, you know, exactly like this with a 5150, you know, and have that kind of orangish kind of tinge, it's kind of hit or miss even with a Sunset Orange because every batch is different.
Yep.
84 Kramer looks different than Ed's 5150.
Oh yeah, well you got to think how many outdoor gigs was the 5150 done with?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
anytime the sun hits that guitar, it fades a little bit more. Where this has hardly any fading to it. The 5150 guitar, when the 5150 was brand new, it was this color.
Right, and it's funny you said that too because I've actually taken my 5150 out on a hot summer day and left it sitting out on the deck in the hot sun all day just to kind of fade it a little bit. That's one of the relicking things that normally I don't tell people that, but that's one of the things I've done with that guitar over the years, also with my Frankenstrat. And believe it or not, it does make a difference. It makes a huge difference.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So Johnny, your guitar also has a German-made Floyd Rose on it, and nut. I'm trying to think what else was done to that. I think that has 6,100 frets on it, the real big frets. I can't remember, but I think they're the really large frets on that as well. And from what I remember, that neck is a little chunky, a little more chunky than the original necks that Paul Unkert made for Eddie, because apparently Eddie liked them as thin as possible without touching the truss rod, you know, without you know, getting in the way of the truss rod.
Mm-hmm.
But I do remember that guitar in your hands chimes, and it's so resonant. It vibrates really well when you play it.
Can you hear those harmonics?
Yeah.
I hear your phone making noise.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's somebody.
Yeah, I hear the harmonics.
I think somebody commented on this. Let me see. But yeah, anyway, yeah. So there's mine, and thank you again, Dave. That's
Oh, you're welcome.
awesome. You gave it to me like 10 months ago,
Almost a year ago, yeah.
almost a year.
Hey, Dave, what guitar are you going to give me?
I haven't decided. But there'll be something in the mail.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You know, you're lucky that we're live right now because I really could have said something.
You know what? I gotta say, over the years, honestly, all kidding aside, over the years, all these guys like Johnny, Dave, Scott, Jerry, Rich, all. I'm not gonna give last names because it's not a big deal, but you guys know what I'm talking about. All these years, all these guys, we've been doing all this stuff. Every once in a while, I'll come home from work and I'll be like, hey, you know what? This is going to go to my buddy. Boom. I ship it out. Don't even tell him. I remember about a year and a half ago, I came home from work one day. I was living at my house, and there's this big-ass freaking box sitting there. It was delivered by UPS. I'm like, I didn't order anything. It was very rare that I didn't because usually the stuff's coming in left and right, So I'm like, yeah, I didn't order anything, and I certainly didn't order anything like this. I pick up the box, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And it came from my buddy Jerry. And out of the blue, he sends me like 3 Frankenstrat bodies, all painted. 2, I think there was a Rasta body and also maybe a Hot for Teacher body or something like that, all painted up. A couple of necks, a bunch of pick guards. One of the pick guards was a white pick guard for the 79 era. Frank with the red paint, he had it on it, And I'm going, what the hell is all this? This is insane. So I called him up. I'm like, Jerry, what's up? He's like, just a bunch of crap I got laying around. I don't need it anymore. I figured you could use it.
He just recently called me out of the blue. He has a 2-inch thick body that he was like, listen, I just need to route a pickup in it and give me your address, man. I'm going to send that to you. I'm like. Well, how much do you want for it? He says, no, it's just sitting here. I'm kind of done with the Van Halen thing. I've got everything I want for myself, and I'm just cleaning up. I'm gonna send it to you so you can make a Circles guitar with the right thickness body. I'm like, he said, he was like, just don't expect it like this week because I can't. I don't have the time to route out the pickup yet, but eventually you'll get it. You're going to get it like in the next couple of months. I'm like, holy Jesus, thank you. I appreciate it. But.
I know. And he's done the same thing to me. And, I actually sent him some live shows. I mean, I also collect Van Halen live shows for years and stuff like that, and I sent him some stuff, I think, in return. But yeah, I mean, all these guys are great, I mean, all these guys that we've been networking with all these years. I mean, at 42 years old and being in this game for all these years, it's at the point now where I just enjoy talking with you guys and kind of having fun doing this stuff. I don't even really care what I have anymore. It's more fun just kind of talking about it and having all this stuff to kind of just relate to,
Yeah. So I'm gonna make this offer to you on air. You said you wanted to know which guitar I'll send to you.
The Neptune guitar. Send me your Neptune.
I tell you what. You send me your Steinberger, and I will give you any one of mine. Anything that you want.
Hold on, wait a minute, hold on. You mean you want me to send you the Steinberger GL2T trans?
Yeah. You send me that guitar, and then you can have your pick of any one of mine.
I'll send you a picture of it.
That's great. That'll do a lot. That'll help me out a lot.
Dave, I'll tell you what. I would send you anything in a heartbeat, and I will send you this guitar. I will ship this guitar out to you tomorrow to your address. Unfortunately, and I won't even put a time limit on it, but I'll just say at some point you ship it back. Did I tell you the story on this guitar that I think I told you in a past video we did?
Yeah.
This guitar I actually bought, I think, 12, 13 years ago. And it's an original 85 Steinberger Newberg GL2T. And it had a crap trans trem in it. and I sent it to my buddy Paul for Pikamoose, and he put a new trans trim in it and everything, and redid the whole thing. And I striped up the faceplate, did the 5150 logo and everything and all that. And it's like brand new now. He did a refret on it, and I mean, this is one of those guitars that I had, and I actually sold it. Maybe 8 or 9 years ago, I sold the thing, and the day that I sold it, I regretted it. When I shipped it out, I'm like, ooh, that's gonna sting, and it did. And I think I had it. I was gone for like 2 years, and then one day or one night, I'm just searching eBay or whatever, and I'm just looking Steinberger GO2T, whatever, and I see this guitar, and I'm like, oh, that's got to be a Hohner or some piece of crap or whatever, not the real deal. I shouldn't say piece of crap because the Hohners are good guitars, and but it's not a GO2T. And I see this thing, and I'm like, damn, that's a real Van Halen plate and everything. And I'm like, that's my guitar. So I sent the guy a message, because back in those days you could send a message, through eBay, like an email, be all blocked and everything like they do now. And the guy gets back to me immediately. He's like, Rob, is this Rob Johnson? And I'm like, yeah, this is him. And he goes, dude, this is your guitar. I bought it from you like 2 years ago. And I'm like, whoa. And he's like, dude, if you want this guitar, I will literally cancel the auction now. And I'll sell it to you for whatever it was you paid me for it. And he's like, I'll even throw in an original Steinberger gig bag. So I'm like, at the time I was married, and I was like, yep, we can do this. So I think I said I just committed to it, and I went out and took money out of savings, whatever, and paid the guy for it the next day, and then tried to hide it, when it came in the mail or whatever. And it was like, I got it back, and I'm like, I will never, ever, ever let this thing go again. This is one of those guitars, when I come down to see you, because I'm driving out to see you soon, I'm bringing this guitar. So you can do whatever you want to it. You can molest this thing, Dave.
I don't want to molest it. I need to get a picture with it.
I will even leave this with you, and you can send it back to me. But I'll tell you what, this guitar is everything you could dream it is. The only thing I don't like about this guitar is it's so light. It's light on the neck. It's weird. It's just so weird to play, because it's so awkward feeling. I know Eddie said that he didn't like playing this because it was just hard to play, and he's definitely right. But
that's definitely cool. Yeah, if you could bring it with you when you come, you can go home with it. I can't. I couldn't be. I wouldn't want to be left in charge of it. It's just because it's not replaceable. One of these things, I could replace one of these things if you left one of these, but that's not replaceable because no one's making original Steinbergers anymore. Even if I was to get you a Gibson one, it wouldn't be the same.
No, I know, but I'll tell you what, when I come down, and I'm coming down to see you, we're going to hang out, I'm bringing that with me. That is cool. That's one of the ones that's coming, so you're going to have some fun with it. And It is a lot of fun. It really is. Playing summer nights on that thing, or Get Up, or even Levi's Magic, I'll tell you, Fire in the Hole, whatever. It's almost magical playing it on that, because it's just it really just fits the mold. Hey guys, I got to sign off.
Cool. Yeah. Well, hey, let me real quick. Somebody said something. I'm gonna butcher your name, man. I'm sorry. Faraz?
Spell it, and I'll tell you what it is.
Faraz.
I just got to show you my dog.
Faraz.
Yeah.
Johnny,
Hey, Faraz, check it out. This is Rob's dog.
This is my dog. His name is Grogan. He's named after Steve Grogan for the New England Patriots. Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
He had his bone, so now he's just kind of like chilling out.
Is that a chocolate lab?
He is a chocolate lab. He's 4 years old. Oh, buddy. Yeah. He's hanging out with his dad today.
All right, so now that you did that, here's mine. I don't know. Where is she?
Here she is.
She's a black lab, and she's 8. She kind of looks like an alligator right now.
Oh, she's cute. She's sleeping. What's her name, Dave?
Brandy. And
Brandy. Okay.
Yeah. When I got her from the
Grogan, yeah. Hey, Grogan's saying hi to Brandy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where's Howie? Where's Howie?
It's a virtual dogfight. Howie, where is Howie?
Is Howie flashing us tonight? Or?
No, no. But hey, Faraz. Yes, Faraz says hi, Grogan. Yeah, he's watching right now, and yeah, we did get your name right. Good, good, good. Anyway, Faraz, yeah, you commented 10 minutes ago on Google Plus, I assume. Hey guys, how are you all doing? Enjoying watching you guys dissect the Kramer. So, yeah, well, thanks for
Oh, cool.
watching.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for us.
Yeah, yeah. And Howie, hey Howie, let me see if I can get Howard's.
Howie's got to make an appearance. Howie the Dalmatian. Hey, Dave, real quick, how old is Brandy?
Brandy's 8 years old.
She's 8? Okay.
She's got a lot of gray in her face. I keep telling her I'm going to take a black magic marker and color in all the gray.
Hey Howard, look
Hi, Howie.
who's on here, man.
Howie.
I think he was napping, so he's
He's a little under the weather. How old's Howie, Johnny?
he's how old are you, Howie? He's 13.
13, yeah.
Howie, sit. Can you see him? I don't know.
I see his tail. I see his tail wagging.
You can't even see him. Howie, come here.
Hey, buddy. Hey, Howie.
Sit.
Grogan, come see Howie. Want to see Howie? Come here.
So funny.
Come here, Howie.
Yeah, he was napping, so I think he's a little out of it.
That's cool. He's a good boy.
All right.
Hey, guys, listen. It's been fun, and all you guys out there that are watching this, that just enjoy. Mario, where are you, Mario? I was expecting a whole bunch of messages.
Everybody's watching the Super Bowl.
The Patriots are in the Super Bowl. Who cares? I just want to see the Panthers kill the Broncos because the Broncos knocked the Patriots out. So I'm rooting for Carolina Panthers today. But anyways, I got to run. But guys, all you guys watching, thank you very much. I really enjoy doing these videos. And Dave and Johnny, you guys are awesome.
Yeah, it's fun doing them with you guys.
Let's chat soon, and I'll see if I can get a hold of you guys off air when I get back after.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah.
I'll be home all night, so you can give me a holler.
Yeah, just send us. We got that group text.
Yeah.
Just send a text to that, and we'll all get it. And yeah, it's great to finally get you on this thing. 'Cause yeah, Nesdall and I, we've been doing these things, here and there, but yeah, it's great to finally get Rob Johnson in here,
Yeah.
One of these days, the three of us are going to get together and jam. Dave, we got to take a trip out to California, you and I.
Just let me know when. I'll be happy to do it. I'll block a week out.
You know what? I was talking to Johnny about a couple of 3-4 days ago about going out to see him in a few months. If you and I can make that work, three of us can hook up. Three of us.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The three of us got to get a picture at the Hard Rock Cafe in L.A. The three of us, not just Johnny and me. Three of us with a Neptune guitar.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe we could open that case up, throw my guitar in it, and take that one out.
Yeah, we got to take the fine tuners off your guitar because the real Neptune doesn't have any fine tuners anymore. Someone took them off. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you guys got to take those things off your guitars to make them authentic.
I don't have
turn my pickup around too.
I don't have a Neptune guitar. Dave's sending me his Monday. Is it Monday, Dave?
Sure, no problem. Because I'll just make another one. They're like Doritos, I'll just make another one.
Yeah, I'm just too lazy to have to want to paint one. So whatever. Hey guys, it's been fun. Let's touch base later.
Cool.
All right.
Okay.
Talk to you later, Rob.
Go Carolina Panthers.
Yes.
Rah. Get some home runs.
All right, guys. Take care.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye, guys.
See you, man.
Wow.
Oh, we're still on air, so don't say what you really think about them.
No, no, no.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That was fun.
Yeah, that was a good
That
time.
was fun. And yeah, we're still on air. So, like I said, don't start yelling at me yet. Hey, no, I'm just kidding.
I'm not yelling at anyone. I love doing this stuff.
It's cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's still people looking at us. So, yeah, yeah. Faraz, dude. Yeah, thanks for watching, man. Thanks for commenting. Yeah, it's cool that people watch this stuff and enjoy it. Enjoy us. Talking about this. Even though I really didn't say anything, I just sat here and let you guys talk the whole time today. But um, it's cool that people are really into this stuff and that we can talk about this stuff. Like I was telling you, I think the other day or recently or whatever, how it's cool how the technology now is like we can all just like we're on opposite sides of the country.
Yeah.
You're all the way in New York, I'm in California, and here we are just talking. It's like right here.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's amazing. It's amazing the friendship that we have, and we've never actually physically met. It's amazing.
No. Well, I hope you realize I'm really like 4'6".
I don't really care. I don't want to date you. I just, you're my buddy.
So
Yeah.
cool, man. Cool. Okay. I guess well, people are still watching this. I mean, if anybody, there's people looking. Does anybody have any questions? Like,
Yeah, anyone if you have any questions, please.
Questions about the 1984
Ask
guitar, about Dave's guitar, about my guitar. I don't know anything about my guitar, so if you're out there and if you know about my guitar, yeah.
Call in and let him know about his own guitar.
If you're my friend on Facebook, just send me a call on Facebook. You can actually do like phone calls through Messenger. Well, that was weird.
What the
because you couldn't see what you were doing. All you heard was that sound.
Oh, I'm just pouring the tequila is what I'm doing.
The Cabo Wabo.
That's it. Clear tequila.
But man. What? What else? I don't know.
So what do you want to talk about on the next one? Let's water people's mouths.
Yeah, I'm on right now. Can you plug in my other... I'm sorry. Hang on one sec.
Sure.
I have to plug something in. Hang on one second.
Okay.
It's just you. Don't lose the audience, Dave. There's like 9 people staring at you right now. Tell a story. I'll be right back.
9 people staring at me. Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of a story am I?
Introduce yourself. I'll be right back. I have to plug a battery in for a weed whacker.
Okay. Well, enjoy whacking that weed. Anyway, I don't know what story to tell anybody. And you all know who I am and what I do. So if you have any questions about the 1984 guitar or any of the other guitars that I own, anything that you see behind me on the wall, please ask away, and I'll try to get answers out to you. I'm going to start doing videos again, little lesson videos and little demos of different guitars and amplifiers. So that should start happening this week, and I'll get them out on my YouTube channel. Anyone that hasn't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. And it's David Nesdall /YouTube. Johnny always knows how to do
How do you say your name?
Yeah.
David Nesdall.
Yeah, Nesdall.
How can you mispronounce your own name? That's so
I
weird.
don't know, because it's not Bean. That's why.
I'm not like, well, subscribe to my channel. I'm Johnny Bain. Yeah.
Bane.
You know? But no,
Well,
no, yeah.
you're usually the narrator. I don't know how to narrate this thing.
Narrator.
You're the narrator of this.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, definitely, you guys subscribe to Dave's channel. Subscribe to my channel first of all, please.
Yeah.
Made
Because you
possible.
don't have enough subscribers.
No, I don't. But yeah, subscribe. I'll put Nesdall's channel and Rob Johnson's channel right below, and once this is off, in the description. And yeah, definitely send subscribe to these dudes. They do a lot of, Dave and that guy Rob who's just here. They do a lot of cool videos where they talk about their guitars. They do little lessons, kind of like the same stuff that I do, I guess. Same stuff. So.
Except I don't talk during mine, and I wear shorts.
Yeah.
Not today, though.
I'm gonna have to make that a part of my stand-up routine. Yeah, because if you notice, every guy playing guitar on YouTube, the camera is like from here down, and he's always wearing shorts. Every video of every kid playing guitar on YouTube.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm serious. It's insane. I think I only did one video where I actually wore shorts.
That's too funny.
I only did one video. I was playing my PV Wolfgang, and it wasn't a lesson. I was playing one of my original songs.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, and this would have been back in 2009, maybe. So the video was kind of far back because I recently just saw I've made over 1,000 videos.
Oh my God! You made jeez.
My video count on my channel it's like 1,000. You liking my tweets? My wife is liking my tweets. Let me see.
I don't believe you have a wife there, Johnny, because I never see her on. I've never seen her. I hear her voice, but I think you're just throwing your voice. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, not everybody wants to be on the videos. Potato cam. I don't know what that means. Somebody commented on one of my videos and they said potato cam. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Where are my videos? How do I say? Does it even matter? I don't know if it even matters. Yeah, I think I've my channel has about 1,000. It was like 1,000, little over 1,000. And of course, amazing. This will add to it. This video here, so it'll be 1,000. Whatever next.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's cool. It's cool making videos, doing guitar videos, doing vlogging. I do the thing where I vlog every day in April and August.
Mm-hmm.
Where you try to do like a video like every day. I do those, and so that really actually adds up because if you do a video a day for a month, that's 30 videos roughly.
Yeah.
That adds 30, and then you do those 2 months, that's like 60 videos. So those are probably, I've done those like 4 or 5 times or something. So that's probably added a lot of the stuff up or whatever, But also, I'll say this, like I was telling you last night, Facebook has this new feature now where you can broadcast live from Facebook. It's almost like Facebook's version of like Periscope.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys, I'm sure you guys know what Periscope is, which is of course Twitter's live streaming. Yeah, that's Twitter, right? There was Meerkat too, which sucks. Periscope is Twitter, I think. Meerkat, it was horrible. I didn't dig it. Johnny Bean. Somebody just posted a post on my page saying something. Guitarist Johnny Bean on Facebook. I don't know. What was I saying? So Facebook has their own like live streaming video service now. So I've been doing a lot of those lately. but usually like at night. I'll jump on there at night and just do like a selfie cam, like, hi, what's going on? You know, and those I keep friends only on Facebook. So only people on Facebook actually get to see those. Whereas this, the whole world, you know, can watch this. Anybody.
Anyone at all.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Uh-oh. I think we're losing people. So either say something cool or we should end this.
I think we should end it. I think
put a fork in it. They're dropping.
Put a fork in it.
They're dropping. Oh wait, they came back. Oh, keep going. Say something funny. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, these videos, they're fun to do. They're cool. If you're watching this, if you would like to do one of these, we do these on Google Plus. So even though it's on YouTube, it's with a Google Plus account. You can either have a video, you know, a camera on a computer set up like this, or you can do them from your phone using Hangouts, the Hangouts app.
Or an iPad.
Or the iPad. I'm on a computer right now with the camera. I'm actually using like an actual mic, like a mixer, like sophisticated, you know, studio setup. Dave is sitting there staring at an iPad.
Yeah.
You know, basically what we do is I give him a call or an invite. What I'll do is I'll start the broadcast, what we're doing here, before we actually go live, and I'll actually invite whoever is going to be on, you know, on this thing, and it rings their device and they pick up and it looks just like this. And then we decide, you know, we BS a little bit, and then we decide, oh, okay, well, we're going to go live. Hang on. So I'll hit the live button, and then that's why I'm always like, I can never tell exactly when it actually hits. So that's why I'm always like, is this thing actually going? You know, that's why those start like that. It's not, you know.
If you had a producer, this way, you know, it would be easier. They'd tell us when it's live.
Well, I can see when it is, though. I mean, that's the problem.
But you can see it before I can, because
it
says live on your end, and it still says, you know, off air, and all of a sudden it'll click live.
Yeah. Because there's been times where I'm like, yeah, we're live, and you're like, Johnny, no, we're not, and I'm like, yes, we are. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so yeah, there's the Facebook version of streaming. You know, it's called Facebook Live, I think. I do those generally in the evening. I can do them anytime. I could do one right now if I wanted. But I was telling Dave, I was telling you, well, I'm talking to them though, that, you know, you should jump on and do some of those too, you know?
Yeah, I just yesterday found out how to do it. Now I just have to figure out how to talk.
Yeah, it's fun. Well, actually, that's one of the cool things about doing those Vedas, those vlogging every day in August or April, whatever. It's called Veda. Just look up hashtag VEDA. That's one of the cool things about doing those, about forcing yourself to make a video every day, because they're not live. It's not like this, you know, but it's just making a video and talking to the camera, and it kind of makes it easier to do. You know, and so once you do it more and more and more, it's easier to do, and then it's less frightening or whatever if you're sitting here doing this and it's actually live.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I just don't know what to talk about for a half hour.
You get used to it. Oh, talk about whatever. Talk about your day, what you did. Talk about. Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's you know, when people jump on, you actually see people. It actually says so and so is here, so and so is watching. You know, and then people type, you know, and you can answer their questions. That's basically all that I do. I'll jump on there on the Facebook Live thing. I'll jump on and just start saying, oh, hey, you know, I did this, I did that, you know, I'm sitting here, you know, and next thing you know, people will start jumping in once they can see on their stream. You know, I'm pointing at my laptop because my laptop has Facebook open.
Yeah, sure.
You know, people will start seeing it and they'll start jumping in and they'll start saying, hi, Johnny. And so I'll just be like, oh, hey, hi, so-and-so. How are you? How are you doing? You know, Faraz is back. Oh, is that how you say your name? Did I butcher your name?
Yeah, that's it.
Let me refresh this. Oh, Hang on, hang on, hang on. Faraz, show your signal chain, guys. Just saw Eric Broadbent do one. He showed you a signal chain. So you're talking about your pedals, like show like what pedals you're using. Um, are you able to do that, Dave?
I can't do it right
Right
now.
now.
My pedal board's put away. But if you want to do this again this evening, we could do it.
I can show you my board real quick, even though mine is kind of. Hang on
Oh
one
yeah,
sec.
you know what? I can do that too. Yeah, through my
Hang on
phone.
one sec.
Let's see. Let's see if I have a valid photo of my board.
I just took a photo of mine.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't know that I have a newish photo. Hang on.
I just took one a second ago. So we can show you photos of our pedal boards. It's not. Let me see if the photo transferred to the iPad because it's bigger.
I apologize for the not paying attention, but I'm looking for a photo of my board. I've actually got two of them. I have a gigging pedal board for major gigs, and then I have like a go, one for fly gigs, very small.
Okay, here's my pedal board. And it's right now it's just kind of packed up. You can see I have a Boss tuner. I have a Boss tuner going into a MXR Super Comp compressor.
Right.
That goes into a Rat distortion. And that goes into a ZVEX Fuzz Factory. And my pedals, they change all the time. I'm always changing them around for recording and stuff. That ZVEX is going into a Phase 90 MXR at this moment. And then that's going into an MXR carbon copy. The old one, not the new bright one, the old one.
Right.
So that's my board at the moment. And that's powered by a Voodoo Lab Pedal Power 2, it looks like. But yeah, like I said, my board changes all the time. That's just and I'm sure Dave, yours does too.
Maybe not really much. Like I'll go through. Let's see. This is kind of. All right, let me.
Well, you're always changing it for gigs, though, right?
Yeah, this is.
You're always.
This is my kind of what my board is. I did change a couple of my pedals out. I don't know. Can you see this at all?
Yeah, I see it. I don't know what any of those pedals are.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, my chain starts with the
Wait, is that just an app?
No.
Is that GarageBand? Do you play through GarageBand?
This is a real board. This is my real board. There's one pedal that I did change out, the Diablo, which is the big orange one on the bottom. This one in the middle of the screen. I did change that out, and I put, what did I put there? I don't remember what I have. Oh wait, no, it's not even there. It's not even. No. This is my board as of right now. This is exactly my board as of right now. So I go into my EP booster, basically, then into the SL drive, and then the Angry Charlie made by JHS, and from there it goes into the Lex, the Phase 45, the chorus, the tremolo, the delay, and then the univibe is after the delay, because the univibe has to be last in the chain.
Faraz is asking, is yours does it have a true bypass switcher?
Yes, that switcher on the bottom is the on-off true bypass on-off switches. So
Is it custom
basically,
made?
it is custom made. This is pedalboards.com, pedalracks.com. He's in Deer Park, Long Island, New York. His name is Tom Peck, and this is probably the 8th board that he's made me. And they're virtually noiseless. He makes his own power supply. Basically, what this is like, it's like a mini Bradshaw, which everything is in its own loop. And
Wow.
and this is what I use.
That's what you use at home, or do
Well,
you
I use
you
this.
take that?
This is what I use on normal gigs, and if I do an open jam or if I do a fly date, I take a very smaller, basic version of this. Because this board is pretty big.
Yeah, it looks huge.
I'm not flying with it. Yeah, it's like I want to say it's
Mine is just
27 inches long, maybe.
Mine is just some piece of crap plastic board with some stuff velcroed on it.
The next one we do, next one of these we do, if you want to do an up close on my pedal board or on both of our pedal boards, we can do that, and I can explain. I can tell everyone what I have in my board and what it does, and why I chose that particular pedal over another brand.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah,
it'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You can play, maybe like demonstrate some of your pedals.
I might. Yeah, I could do
maybe.
that. Yeah.
This is how it sounds through the yellow Bumblebee guitar, and now here's how it sounds through that Neptune guitar with the dots.
Out of tune, yes, it'll sound out of tune. No. But like this board. I mean, I play this board through any one of my clean sounding amps, like my my rock and roll amps or my Lewis Electric amps, or my Super Reverb. I have a vintage 1965 Super Reverb, which is really too heavy to carry to any gigs. But when I have someone to actually carry it for me, then I use that. And basically, to use this pedal board, it has to be a clean channel on an amp. You can't really. It doesn't sound the same on an amp with overdrive on it or with a gain stage. It needs a clean platform for it to work really correctly. Yeah,
that's how most of the stuff is. Where you use your. I mean, there's people can fight all day long about whether they use the tube distortion or if they use a pedal.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and it's all. I mean, it's all great for what everything for it depends on the situation,
right.
Depends on what you're doing. But yeah, I agree as far as having it. To me, people have always asked me what you think, like can you play a super super cool expensive guitar through a crappy amp, or play. This isn't gonna make any sense. It's all about the amp. It's all about the amplifier. If your amplifier is totally cool, you can play anything through it. You can play some, $100 guitar through a killer amp, and it'll still sound pretty good, pretty decent.
Absolutely.
Or you can play some $5 billion guitar through a pig nose, and it's gonna sound like crap.
Yep.
So yeah, it's all about the amplifier. But of course, getting a good balance combination between the the guitar and the amp. I mean, that's the whole trick.
Yeah.
You know, and
Well, basically all my amps are hand wired tube amps. And that's basically where you get, you start with your good sound with a good tone, with a good clean sounding tube amplifier. It just happens that all of my amps are boutique, so they're all hand wired. But you can plug into a Blues Junior, Fender Blues Junior, or one of those Blues Hot Rod Deluxe or Hot Rod DeVille, which are still great sounding tube amplifiers on the clean channel. And get a great sound. Just because it has a circuit board in it doesn't make it bad. It's the fact that you have a tube amplifier that is the warm sound. That's the blank canvas, and then you use these pedals, and and those are your colors.
Well, that's the amp that I have.
Yeah,
I have the.
Well, that's the most popular. That's the most popular amp. Like if you're doing dates where there's a backline, chances are that's the amplifier you're going to have as your backline, because that's the easiest one for everyone to get.
Yeah, I showed up. I remember showing
Fender
up.
makes them.
I showed up at South by Southwest, played a show in some bar's backyard for South by Southwest several years back. And yeah, we flew out there, and I didn't take an amp, but I showed up, and the amp they had was my amp. But it was all beat up. Like it was the amp that they had there. Oh, and you know who played? It's funny. The band that played right after we did, the band I was in at the time was called the Mayfire. And the guy who played right after us, I didn't know who he was at the time, and I still really don't. But it was see, now I can't remember who it was now. Anyway, he wanted to use my guitar cable. But we had to leave, and so I'm like, no, I'm sorry, you can't use it. But he is actually like some rock star dude. What was his name? See, now I'm gonna forget. I mean, I did forget. Anyway, I'll try to remember it. Anyway, Faraz, I'm sorry, is that how you say name, man?
Yeah.
He has more questions. He has a question regarding the EVH 5150 50-watt head.
Okay, I've got one of those.
That's good, because that's what you have.
Yeah, I have one of those.
Oh, Bob Mold. Is that the name? Do you know who that is?
No.
That's the guy that wanted to use my cable.
What band is he in?
Let's look it up. I'll look it up. So Faraz says, what if you put an alternator to lower the volume and get that saturation? Is this particular amp going to sound better than at lower volume?
An alternator. You mean like a variac type thing, like
I think so.
Yeah, I think he's thinking of a variac or some sort of. It's not called an alternator. It's called.
Or what about one of those power breaks?
Yeah, it's the same thing, same type of thing. It does. You can get that sort of sound out of a low volume. It's going to be very squishy.
Bob Mold. Is that how you say his name? Here's the guy. This is the guy. He wanted to use my cable, and I'm like, sorry, I gotta go. And then later on, I'm like, oh yeah, he's in this band called Husker Du.
Oh, Husker Du, yeah.
Yeah, he played right after we did, and he goes to pick up my cable, and I'm like, sorry, and I took it. My bad.
Oh well.
Yeah. But anyway, I think Faraz, I think he said something again. Yeah, there's those power breaks, those what are those? We did a video. I don't know if you were there, Dave. We did a video with David Allen Wright, and he was actually showing us his variacs. He actually had them in his house. I think me and Teddy were sitting there looking at them. You know, he's like, here's a variac, here's this.
Yeah, what it does is it takes your voltage in your house or wherever you're plugged into, and it takes it from 110 volts anywhere down to about 80 volts or whatever. The sweet spot is about 89 to 90 volts. And it kind of makes your amp a little quieter, and it gives it a little bit more gain.
The hot plate.
But it's not. Yeah, hot plate does the same thing. It's still not quite bedroom volume like you would think. It's still going to be loud depending on where your volume is on your amplifier. I mean, you can turn it up, and it's still going to be pretty loud, but it's not going to be as loud as it is, without it.
So I guess he's asking, is that going to sound good on a 50 watt 5150?
You don't need it, because the 50 watt 5150 has more gain than you know what to do with, and it's got really good gain at bedroom volume. So if you keep it at a really low volume, you can play it in your bedroom or anywhere in your house and not bother anyone, and it sounds like a real amplifier. I don't have one in my living room, which is where I am right now. I have one in my bedroom with two 212 cabinets, basically making it a 412. And I play it all the time, and I have tenants upstairs, and they never hear it because it's so low. It can be very loud, and I play it so low that you can only hear it, you hear it in the bedroom, but that's about it. It still sounds very full and big, but at really low volumes. So if you were to buy that head or a combo, you don't need anything like that. You can actually use that in your bedroom or in your house and not blow the doors off the house.
Okay, Faraz. So you can get a good power amp gain at lower volume, question mark?
Yes.
I think you were just saying yes on all that.
Preamp gain, yes.
Preamp gain. Okay, cool. Yes. Cool, man. Cool. All right. Well, hey, I guess we should, sounds like somebody's coming. Look out.
Oh, in my house?
There's somebody behind you.
Yeah, it's probably my mom, I think. She's come to say hello to the animals and say hello to me.
Look out, it's Bob Mold. He found us. He wants that cable.
All right, so I'm gonna
the
hit
Husker
end
don't
on this end.
Oh, I'm having too much fun.
And we should pick up on this again later on if you have time.
You mean later on today?
Yeah, if you have time to do it again, we should do another one.
Later on tonight?
Yeah.
It's 3 o'clock. Doesn't the Super Bowl start in like half an hour?
Well, it's probably, I don't know. I don't care.
It's a Husker Dues versus okay, Faraz. Yeah. I hope you oh, he has another question.
Sure.
Real quick. Oh, I think it's a thank you. Thanks for the help, guys. Well, yeah, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. Thanks for participating in these things. That's always yeah, it's cool. It's cool to to help out with all this stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah. So dude, yeah. Dave, yeah, if you want to do one of these later, I guess it's still early enough. I guess we could. Just I'll text you later.
Okay, sounds good.
It's like, usually
what I'll do is if you want to do one on the pedal board, I'll break it out. I'll take it out of the closet and set it up, and we can at least go through it. Do a video on it. I may not be able to plug it in depending on how late it is, but I could talk about it.
Okay, yeah, I'll send you a text, and if not tonight,
it's gonna snow for the next 3 days, so I'm gonna be home.
It's snowing. Look at me. I'm in a t-shirt. It's so nice outside.
I hate you. I'll be rubbing it in the next time you have an earthquake.
It's 72 degrees outside, sunny. Can you believe that? Let me see what it's like where you are.
It's
cold. I know where you live. It's partly cloudy, 37. Oh,
That's horrible. All right.
we should do a video of us like outside and like,
No.
you know,
No, we
speed
shouldn't.
of. Okay.
Never. Certainly not me. All right, 1984 guitar. Once again, thanks for listening and tuning into this video.
Yeah. Rock and roll.
Any questions you guys might have on these guitars, please send
Ask
us your
him
questions.
because I have no idea.
Right, and we will answer them.
Cool. All right, man. Hey, yeah, I'll hit you up later, dude.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, Faraz, thanks for watching. Everybody who's watching us right now, sorry we got to go. We'll do one of these again, maybe tonight, soon though. And wherever you saw this, yeah, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, subscribe, please, to Johnny Bean. We need it.
Yeah.
It helps us. It helps, us, bring these videos to you. And yeah, subscribe to Nesdall, Rob Johnson, who is now, who knows where he is, but yeah. All right.
He's watching the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, he's watching.
Yeah, he's the sports guy of the three of us.
Somebody just liked my link of this. Dean, are you watching this? Dean Van Leusen? Is that your name? Cool. Hey, I'll stop the broadcast. I'll say bye to you.
Yeah, my pets are hungry. Gotta go.
All right. JohnBean.com, DavidNesdall.com. You should get it. All right. Bye.
Talk to you later.